and I will check over here. So that we also have a password passwd, which is for managing passwords. All right, which is for managing passwords. So I'll go to it and we see the moment I type it, what is going to happen is that it will immediately show me that I want to change my password. So it's telling me to enter my old password, and if I enter my old password, then it will allow me to enter the new password. Okay, but that's not what I want, so I'll enter wrong things and enter, and I know it will. You see, it says try again because I entered the wrong passwords inside here. But you can go to man passwd and see more things that you can do. Yeah, this happens a lot. If you know servers don't have I don't know if you know, but servers don't have GUI, or they don't have graphical user interfaces. Now, because servers don't have graphical user interfaces, that means that you cannot at any moment manage. That means you cannot at any moment manage to change the password of a certain user unless you know this command. And if you use it, you can also be able to change passwords for other users. Like, for example, which option? You see somewhere here where it says you can do -u for auth name. So modifies the user's password, and if we go to see, this option specifies the username to use when authenticating to the directory node. This option argument specifies the user account whose password will be changed. So that means you would have to do like then if you have a user like called Fanny, you would enter that username, but here it shows unknown user, and simply because on my computer there isn't anything like Fanny. So that's the thing about system commands. They are really important. Then the last important command I would like to share about the system commands is the df. What does the df show us? It is also important because it can show us information about the storage devices, the memory we have. For example, if I type it, you can see what it's saying. I know most people do not even know the file system, what it means. I know some people don't want to know what blocks means, but probably you know what used means: available, capacity, I used, I free, I used, and mounted on. So this, if I do df -h, you can see that the results that have been brought are a bit different from these results. You can easily understand these results because they are showing you gigabytes, and you see they are showing you gigabytes, and they are showing you what is used on this mount point here. I mean on this device here. So the device is disk this, that's the number they gave it, and there's a mount point called /, and then there's another file system here, devfs, on the mount point of dev. So if you don't understand what mount points are, what file systems are, I would suggest that you note down and you research about them, because you really need to know these things, especially if you are someone who develop apps and upload them to servers or maintain them. All right, that's good. So if you do man df, you see that it has a lot of information, a lot of flags, like show all mount points, including those that were mounted with the mnt ignore flag. B, use default, you see 512 byte blocks. This is only useful as a way to override an block size specification from the environment. So probably that's it. But you can see that there's quite a lot of information that you can read about commands. Now let's go on without wasting a lot of time. Let's go to the network commands, and we are going to start with ping. But before we start with the ping, I would like to tell you a little bit about network commands. So networking commands are essential for you, the developers, if you need to interact with networks and servers. So for example, I've been always telling you that you might want to change a password on the server, you might want to do this and that. But the truth of the matter is that if you don't know networking commands, you cannot even change a password of the server. So one of the most basic networking commands is the ping command, and it helps us know if we are reaching a certain computer. For example, I can write ping and I write the IP address that I'm thinking of in my head, but I think because it doesn't exist, you see, we shall get a requested timeout and ISMP sequence equals 0, things like that is what we are going to get, because this IP address identifies a certain computer on my local area network, but that computer is not there, or it's not on, or it's not existing. So we know that we cannot reach that computer. But we can also use this to check whether we are connected to internet. For example, we can write ping and then write google.com. If we get something like 64 bytes from this IP address at this time, latency time, that means that we are either connected, this means that we are connected to internet. Okay, and always when you are using the ping, please pay attention to this time here. If it fluctuates a lot, if it goes in 100, if it goes wherever, that means you have a slow connection. You can see here it changed to 28 milliseconds. You see here 100 something milliseconds. So that means and here it timed out. You see, that means there's a time when my internet doesn't work properly, and there's a time when it works properly, but that's the most usually it's working well. So the other thing that you need to know is this portion here of the IP address. This IP address, since we entered google.com, this IP address means that the server on which the google.com domain is probably this IP address. So if we write ping and we put that again, server again, you can see that we are still getting a response. All right, so this can also help you to know whether the domains you are configuring are working. So for example, I can stop this and clear, then I can write ping davidovug.com if I want to know whether my website is working and what time do I take from my internet to reach my website. You can see that the time is too much. So this means that my website could be slow on my network. All right, and if that happens, probably you need to do something. So for me, now I know that I need to go and check something. Is it that my website is very far from me? Or is it that the server is slow? Or is it that the network connected to the server is slow? Okay. So, and this is the IP of the server where my website is. All right. And so the other thing you can do about ping is you can determine how many times, because you can see if I do ping, let's say Facebook, you know, Facebook is blocked in my country, and but it's funny, I'm able to reach it, but if I go to the browser, I'll never be able to reach it, you know. For example, if I go here, facebook.com, you see it can't be reached, but the ping command is able to reach it. So this means that it's really very possible for people to bypass and be able to bring Facebook to their computers. So all right, if now I wanted to show you something, if I wanted, you've seen that if I just type ping Facebook, or let me just put twitter.com, the ping is endless. You see that the ping is endless. It just continues and continues, but you might want it to just happen 3 or 2 times. So there is a flag you have to specify, and I've forgotten it, so I'll write ping man ping, and should be -t or -n, something like that. Let's see. So -t set this one, specify timeout in seconds. So if let me do ping, I will do google.com -t3. You see, it has finished, and it is showing us that these are the statistics: 3 packets transmitted, 3 packets received, 0.0 packet loss. So this is really important if you want to determine whether you are reaching a website, whether your internet is on or off. The ping command is really important. Then there's another command called the NS lookup, which allows you to query the DNS server's information. For example, I can write NS lookup to query the DNS records of my website. Okay, and see here it says server, that's the IP address of the server, or I don't know how I can explain this, but this is the network address of the server. And then here the non-authoritative answer, this one, because on this network there are many servers that are on this network, and each server is given an IP address. So this is how you can do the NS lookup. And if you say it, for example, there are times when a client tells you to design a website, and you buy a domain and you buy hosting space, then you realize that the website is not displaying regardless of you having set up everything. So what you can do, you usually go and check the lookup. You go and check whether the domain has propagated or not. So if you enter the NS lookup and the domain like this, you most probably are going, and you most probably get these results. That means the server, the propagation on your network is complete or is successful. But if you get 0 answer, you might not. So for example, if I do NS lookup David of ug.net, you see what it's saying? So probably the server and address probably is for my local area network, and then server can't find davidofug.net. So that's the thing, guys. And what else? Of course, this has flags. Like you may want NS records have the NS, the A, the CNAME, so on and so forth. So you may filter the NS records. So for example, you can see here there is there's something that there's something I wanted to use quick. Seems I can't see it. Option interactive mode is entered in the following. So all right, I will leave it alone. I can't see it. I've forgotten. So that's the second important network command. Then we also have another command which is, let me see, I'll go here. We have the curl, or what some people call the curl command, and this command also helps us to make, like, for example, to download. Okay, it helps us to download things or upload things or make API calls, okay, through the command line, especially for people who are building bash scripts. This command can be really helpful. Like sometimes you want to do something from your computer, not really a front end, not really a back end, but just a bash script that does something to the network. So you can use the curl, and what happens with it is a tool for transferring data from or to a server. It supports these protocols. You see all the protocols it supports are many, so that means it can even send emails, download the emails. It can do FTP, SFTP, SMB, quite a lot of things it can do. And for example, the URL syntax is protocol dependent. You find a detailed description here. You can specify multiple URLs or parts of URLs by writing part, sets within braces, and quoting the URL as in. So you can see these, or let's see, I want to give us an example so that we see how, for example, you can use the curl to download information. For example, what can I think of in terms of downloading? What can I think of? I did not get anything, but let me just get something that can be downloaded from my website. Just a moment. I need something, and I don't know even if I have it. I'm grabbing it from, right, so there's something here, and so for example, let's first just do a simple one here. Like I can do, because they said it supports all protocols, so let's see if it supports the HTTPS by just entering that, then david.ug, and you see what it will do. So you see it has not returned a single thing, but then I may want to do something like, let me paste a URL here. Oh no, I want to pick another URL. So there's this copy clean link. So if I do something like this, you see this is my website, it downloads directory, and there's this video. So I can do something like that, and then enter. Warning, binary output can mess up your terminal. Use output to tell curl to output it to your terminal anyway, or consider outputting to a file. So what we can do is I can write output and specify the directory where I want this to go, and so I'll specify this directory as the best thing that I have to do is to first use pwd, that command we looked at. So now that I know where I am, let me change to downloads directory, and then I can run the other command and say the output should be david.o shamba. .mp4. Okay, enter, and the download had started. You see that it's even showing us that it's downloading. So yeah, as it's downloading, I think I can go to another terminal, because I don't know how much. Let me see, percentage total. Is it 38 MBs in total? Yeah, I think so. It's not gonna take forever to finish downloading because we are already at 28. Yeah, and that's how you can use the CURL to download, but you can also use it to upload files to servers. However, to upload files to servers, you need to authenticate to the servers, and sometimes even for downloading, you have to know which server you are downloading from. So this thing has finished downloading, and it was downloading at 411 kilobytes per second. I don't know. Then what I was explaining before this finished was that you cannot just use this to download from Google Drive, for example. Okay, because Google Drive does what we call redirects and logs in using cookies, and cookies are supported by browsers, so it might be hard. But for servers which allow direct downloads, this is possible. Or you can even implement CURL in you can also implement CURL in something like a bash script, and you do something. So for example, this is a download link from Google Drive. If I try it with the CURL, it won't work. It will show me that it has downloaded, but if I go to check what it has downloaded, no, it won't. So I'll do this, and especially for small files it can do, but for bigger files it will never. So what is it saying? No match found for that. That's what it's saying, that no match found for this kind of address, yet it was there. Oh, it says command not found, or maybe the O here is supposed to be this. Let's see. Still it's not working. So anyway, basically that's it. The other command is the wget, which you can use for downloading things to your computer or to your server from other servers. If I use it and I copy this, don't know. Okay, if I do that, so it's telling me the wget command is not found. So when the wget command is not found, you need to install it. Okay, so if you want it, so I can go here and say install wget on Mac OS, something like that. And this is what I'm being told. Of course, I'm not gonna do it. I just wanted to show you this is what you can do. You see, sudo port install wget. I don't need it because I have the necessary commands that it can do. Then the other one, the other important command is the SSH. This SSH command is to enable you to manage servers. For example, I'll go to DigitalOcean. Excuse me, my internet might be slow. I want to go to DigitalOcean and try out something. So I want to sign in with Google. Oh no. Yeah. So this exposes all my emails. So I'll try to log in via. Anyway, they have been exposed, which is really not good, but what to do? So go over here and then just a moment, let it log in, and then I give you the tab. So here we go, it has logged in, and I want to try, where are my droplets? Says start. I thought I had some droplets already. Looks like I don't have, but I can click get started over here, and but it will need me to enter payment details again. So how could I have shown you this? My bad, I did not prepare. But all in all, what this does is that you just have to write SSH, then you write the username of your server and write the domain or the IP address of the server and enter. It will ask you if you want an SSH key to be installed on your computer. You say yes, and then it will ask you for the password, for the root password, so that you can enter into that server. Now when you enter into that server, the screen will remain like this, but you'll be able to run a lot of commands like the ls, so on and so forth. That's what that command does. Then this command over here is for uploading or downloading, just the same way curl does, but this one is more secure. Okay, it's a networking command for sending things to servers, and what happens with it is that I want to show us the option. Let me end this. So I want to go to man, then SCP. So you can see here what it does, that you can specify here. It copies files between hosts on a network, but I wanted to show the syntax. I should get an example. So that we see, and so the way it works is very simple. It's, I think, where has this guy put it? No, this is not the one I want. So use to secure it. I think this is the one. Yeah. So this is the format. You put options here, and you put the user here. By user, we are saying if you are transferring to my computer, you would say David_UG, then you'd have to specify, you'd have to set David_UG as my username. You have to specify my IP address. Then you put the file you want to send me, and you put, let me see. No, here you put the username of your computer, your network address, the file you want to transfer, and then you put the username of the computer you want to send it to, its IP address or domain name, and the destination file name. So here they show you the options you can specify, such as cipher, SSH configuration, SSH port, limit, recursive copy. Yeah, recursive copy if you are copying directories. And here they continue to show you more things. So what I would suggest with this is that I would give you a challenge that you go to DigitalOcean, create a droplet, get the login details of the droplet, and you try to transfer files from your computer to DigitalOcean. Okay, from your computer to DigitalOcean using this kind of format. Okay, and you can also download from the remote computer to your computer by following this pattern. Okay, yes. So basically, let me see. No, this one is the same as this one, but there is one which is, yeah, this is the one for uploading. Is it, or is this one also for downloading? Yeah, so this is the one for downloading, where you specify the remote details first, then you specify where they will be saved on your computer. Yeah, so I'll share this in the description after, and also to the people on Zoom, I'll share it in the chat right now. Yeah, so I would say, let me just a moment. Yeah, I've shared it. Then I would say that's basically the end of the command line interface session. What we've done is just scratching the surface, and it's been more theoretical than practical. To become practical, I encourage you to really dive deeper and go test out all of these commands. At least I've tried to explain them, and I will complete this slide, then share it as a PDF to everyone for free. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and you can subscribe to the channel if you are new, and give this video a thumbs up.